Have you ever sat in a car at night, looked out the window, and wondered, why does the moon keep following me? The trees outside zoom past, the buildings crawl by slowly, but the moon just stays right there. It's not magic, it's something called parallax, and it's actually a pretty cool illusion. Good hello everyone, and welcome back. Today, we are not just going to talk about parallax, we're going to build it inside Scratch. Yeah, the same effect that makes the moon look like it's stalking you. We can recreate it using just a few sprites and some simple math. You will learn how to make backgrounds move at different speeds, how to make your scenes look deep and alive, and by the end of this video, you'll have your own mini parallax world ready to flex.
So before we start off with the code, I used this amazing artwork by a scratcher named Valio and added some Kraken tentacles for a fantasy vibe. I then split the whole scene into layers, which is super easy if you're in vector mode on Scratch. You can totally make your own art or grab something online and tweak it your way. So now let's start with the code. As you can see, we are only having a singular sprite containing all the layers in form of costumes. So when the project is started or when the flag is clicked, set size to 115% since we don't want any white spaces when the cursor reaches the edges of our screen. Switch costume to the sea and sky, that is the backmost layer, and hide in the beginning. Now from controls, we take the block repeat 4 times as we have 5 costumes, all arranged in the order from the backmost to the foremost layer. Now under the repeat, we take create clone of myself in order to create clone of all these sprites. Thus we take another block from looks, next costume, and once again a create clone of myself for the 5th one at the end. Wait for 0.8 seconds, which adds a speed draw effect which is optional. Now from controls, we take the block when I start as a clone, looks, show, and from motions take go to X 0 and Y 0, which is the center of the stage. Forever loop, if block, and we'll take an operator equals to from the operators, and from looks, costume number. So in the first cell, if costume number equals to 1, which is the sky and sea, the backmost layer, we need to change the X and Y positions. So go to X, the updated position, some operator blocks like multiplication, division, and from sensing, mouse X and mouse Y for changing the X and Y positions respectively. So in the second cell of the division operator, we put the multiplication operator. If mouse X is divided by 5 times 5, the first cell in the multiplication represents the layer number. And now since the costume number 1 is the layer number 5, so we have put 5 in the first cell. Go to Y, mouse Y divided by 5 times 5. We'll do the same for the other 4 costumes, that is the other 4 layers. Duplicate the code and arrange it accordingly. Three and 4. And finally 5. Now we update the mouse X and Y values. As you can see, the larger the denominator is in the division, the lesser the particular layer moves and vice versa. Now let's check out the project. And that's it. This is the final parallax scene we built. The background moving slowly, the mid layers drifting a bit faster, and the foreground reacting the most. This is the exact same illusion you see when you look out of a moving car. But now you have coded it yourself in Scratch. You can play around with the speeds, add your own art, or maybe throw in some animations and turn this into a full mini game if you want. If you enjoyed this project or if the tutorial helped even a little, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, have fun creating, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.